Everybody, welcome back to the South Blue. I'm very excited. The last chapter of One Piece for the year is out right now. I've been dying to read it all morning, but I had to wait so I could set up and record myself. So, compared to last week, this time around, I'm going to read it, going to process it, and then I'm going to jump into the review. Make it one video. It's just a bit more fun that way, and I get to read it out. So, I'm not even going to... I'm just getting straight into this. Okay. One Piece, chapter 1102. The Life of Kuma. Seems like we are still in these flashbacks. Cover request by Toshikazu. Bonnie not waiting to stuff her face at a meal with a pack of wolves who carefully built a huge stash of hot dogs. Elaborate? Amazing. Also, fan translation. Always good to just say that. Let's just get into this. No doubt about it. Bonnie's Kumachi's here. The girl who keeps pushing forward. Quit calling me by my name. I'm the captain, ain't I? Okay, captain then. It looks like there are Marines here too, though. Alright then. The Bonnie pirates have arrived. We've got orders to bring them in immediately. They say the last city they attacked was packed with injured seniors and even little children. Bonnie utilizing her fruit, and she's an adult form now, which gives us no semblance of an idea of what time period this is, considering we are aware she's like 8 years old. The worst type of scum, and then she's beating the living daylights out of all of them, turning them into old people. Oh no. A big guy, yeah, I've seen him. He was on the outskirts of town. It's Kuma. He goes, I can't see you, Bonnie. Please understand. It's hard to believe you became a pirate of all things, but you mustn't chase after me. And he pops away. He vanishes using that devilish devil fruit. Where the hell did he go? We've already been dubbed pirates. We may as well keep searching, even if it takes a while. Right, Captain? If we're gonna take it slow, then I want to look for Nika too. Imagine Daddy's face when I tell him I found Nika at so-and-so island. Don't you think he'd be thrilled? Oh my god. Oh my god, the setup. Meanwhile, in the East Blue, having crushed the vicious fishermen of Arlong pirates. Alright, I got a bounty. Straw Hat Luffy has stepped into the spotlight when Luffy's bounty was just 30 mil. Oh my god. Oh, and you got Sabo. You're going to Logtown? For what? Dragon, no particular reason. Who's in charge there? Oh my god, did Dragon go to Logtown just to see Luffy? That'd be Captain Smoker. Jinbei, guess whose kid brother is on this wanted poster? A brat like this took down Arlong? That's right, he's my kid brother, Ace and Jinbei. Oh my god. What a curious twist of fate, Dragon. To think your boy would become a pirate. Kuma reading the posters. Oh, here we go back to Bonnie. Here are our ironclad rules of piracy. Plunder whatever you want. Brackets, from bad guys. Rub them blind, and don't help a soul, unless they really need it. Not a soul. Yes, that's exactly how you put on lipstick. Oh my god, great, I'm totally a grown-up now. That's why she had it like that. I also put this on. Daddy might not even recognize without something on my cheek. Oh, she's put the piercing there? Okay, a lot of people were pointing to that, and I thought that was a little bit far-fetched, but well done, well done. Next time I gotta make a name for myself, that'll get his attention. Egghead in the New World. This is unsettling. You think so? Their progress is going as smoothly as your modifications. Never mind that though. Did you hear the news? Apparently some rookies declared war on the world government. We're going full circle. And you see all the pacifista first being made. What? Dragon has a son? If I'm going to let you study all my memories, there's no point trying to hide it. A man with rubber powers standing up to the government. What a quirk of fate. He sounds just like my idol, Nika. Pet. That's true. Oh my god. Oh, I'll save it for the review, but Kuma's interactions with Luffy and Nika, oh my god. Whew. Here we go. Oh, I just read the next battle. Thriller bark. Grand line. The government has given me special orders to wipe you all out. They said, I'm sure they'd be satisfied if I only brought them Straw Hat Luffy's head. Hand him over and I'll spare your lives. Go to hell, all of them say. Oh, your little chopper there. My son. What a shame. Ursus shock. Big nuclear explosion. Oh my god, Zoro. Luffy is the man who'll become king of the pirates. If you truly mean to take his place, you must be willing to bear all his pain and suffering yourself. This much damage might even be enough to knock me out. Damn, so Kuma could have kind of... oh, actually, of course he could have tanked it. He's been tanking it his whole life. What a stupid thing. Oh, and there's Zoro taking all... oh, this is crazy. He has exceptional friends, just as I'd expect of your son, Dragon. Oh my god. It's going full circle. Kuma has been with us since the beginning of the whole story, and we just never realized. Here we go, though. Near the Subodi Archipelago. Are we calling in all 7 wards of the sea? If you refuse to come, you'll be forfeiting your title. Quite the statement. What's the occasion? The flag bearer of the new era, Portuguese D. Ace. His public execution date has been set. Oh my god, this is such a good chapter. This will mean war with the Whitebeard pirates. War with the Whitebeard pirates? I'll be sure to arrive before the execution date. Oh my god. The prequel to the iconic scene of Kuma and Dofi walking in. Hoo-wee. Subodi Archipelago. Where's my food? I'm wasting away here. Biza, bring me more now. Oh, there you go. Oh, that's of course the scene with, I think the first introduction to Bonnie, maybe? Is that, oh, it's Kuma. He's taking a peek in the restaurant. Captain, the Navy will see you if you take notice. You keep calling a scene. This is the last time I'll see your face. Become a truly indomitable pirate, Bonnie. Oh my god. I'm sick of One Piece dads getting the fucking end of the straw. That pirate just hit a celestial dragon. They'll send a warship from Navy HQ. That's the human shop. Well, here we go. Someone attacked a celestial dragon? Who would dare that? The whole world knows that's taboo. And we're so close to Navy HQ too. It's practically suicide. Them again, the Straw Hat Pirates. He did it to protect a fishman. Straw Hat Luffy. Oh, you got this awesome picture of all of the crew. No one has done anything this bold for hundreds and hundreds of years. It's treason. Dragon, Eva-chan, I hope you can forgive me. Stop, PX1. What? Another one? Zoro? I didn't mean to desert you without a word. Oh, like when he's vanished Zoro. At least I can leave my own quiet mark on the world. Through Bonnie and this young boy, their future will be the only legacy I leave behind. I'm gonna cry. I couldn't save any of them. I'm actually gonna cry. Oh, okay, save it. You've got it wrong. I'm just showing you the level that you have to be in the new world. You and your friends just aren't ready. Don't go there yet. After all, you will someday save the world. Oh my god. Install a self-destruction mechanism? Are you really that terrified of Kuma? Don't comply. Don't complain. Isn't his terrifying status as a human weapon your doing? But you have 5 already. Sorry, you 5 already have the highest priority in command in the hierarchy. And if he were to go somewhere rogue when not in our presence, how would anyone else stop him? Do not answer. I'm not interested in the opinions of a scientist. Oh, you motherfucker, Saturn. You motherfucker. Then, in exchange for me doing that, just let me keep me in touch of his ego. Let me keep just a touch of his ego intact. God, say I was mouthful. I've invented a circuit for his brain that allows one to switch between 2 states of consciousness akin to a split personality. If you allow me just to test it, I've given the orders, Vegapunk. Yeah, of course you have, Saturn, you freaking bitch. Erase his individuality completely. Make sure no trace of him remains. You won't be forgiven if you don't. Remember, I too am a man. I'm somewhat of a scientist myself. Any attempts to deceive me will fail. But if we do that, Kuma won't get to reunite with Bonnie at all. It's good to know how you feel, Vegapunk. What? I didn't think you'd be able to hear... Wait, be able to overhear. Weren't you the one who gave him superhuman hearing? So Vegapunk's been modifying the... Gorosei? No, that's Kuma. Ba 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 ba. Alright, then today's the day. We erase your sense of individuality. I hate how nonchalant he is. Kuma, it's only been 2 years, but it was fun. Hee hee, I suppose it was. It's looking like your first assignment will be a battle with the Whitebeard pirates. I've been asked to prepare a battalion of your clone soldiers for that too. Once that's over and done with, there's something I'd like you to program me to do. Protect the ship of the Straw Hat Pirates? Just until one of them returns. I'd like to be a stubborn guardian for their home, since I won't be able to witness their continued growth. What kind of future are you dreaming up for that boy? His actions have really moved me. I know Nika is meant to be a legend, but it'd be really great if there was really a warrior out there putting smiles on faces, using the rhythm of liberation, the rhythm I taught Bonnie. And if there is a hero out there that will change the seas one day, I believe it will be him. A revolutionary placing their hopes on a pirate? You're backing quite a dark horse there. Pe. No, oh my god. Fuck, man. That unorthodox thinking is proof of your humanity. Alright, before we begin, remember to push out those memories for my research. A promise is a promise after all. Oh, these memories. Does this effectively erase your memories? No, think of it as a copy. It'll disappear when it's touched though. Oh, didn't Bonnie already go through it? Don't fret, I've designed a system that will allow me to take peeks without touching it. Smart, Vegapunk. Place it in there. Okay, it's just another procedure. I have to be clinical about this. I'm a scientist after all. So this is my life. I wonder how many people will have been harmed or troubled by my actions. Troubled? Living is nothing without trouble, wouldn't you say? Oh, don't, man. Don't. It's all Kuma. He gets with his parents. Kuma running from the Celestials, meeting Ivan. Ginny. Dragon. The townsfolk. Oh my god. Little Bonnie. This scene in the anime is going to kill me. It is going to kill me. I'm so grateful. Thank goodness. Oh my god. Vegapunk crying. Your life hasn't caused anyone harm or trouble, but your death will pain everyone who loves you. Listen well, Kuma. You are a hero too. Not only for Bonnie, but for everyone you've ever met. Thank you. There's just one last thing, Vegapunk. Yeah, I know. I can't say how grateful I am. Oh my god, all the scientists. Sentomaru. Oh my god, Vegapunk crying. Thank you for saving Bonnie's life. If you see her again, could you tell her something for me? Please wish her a happy 10th birthday. His daughter is the only thing in his heart, and she's crying. She's just found everything out. Bro. Oh. Damn. Another 10 out of 10 chapter. Justin, you remember Justin? This guy? He texted me saying this is another 10 out of 10 chapter. He wasn't damn wrong. Fuck, okay. I need to go collect my thoughts and deal with this. I'll be back for the review portion. Alright. I'm back. I've had some time to think about this chapter. And it was needed. It was a very big chapter. Let's just get out of the gate. Another 10 out of 10 chapter. I don't care what anyone says. The characterization, the development of Kuma, unreal. how it links to practically the whole story, unreal, and what it kind of implies for the future, unreal. This is a great chapter. Made me emotional, made me excited, made me angry. Just the pure amount of feelings I felt, unreal. So I did want to take some time to actually kind of collate my thoughts and talk about what I think was important. Let me just talk about some highlights of the chapter. Let me just go through this and talk about some of my favorite panels and my favorite pages. I love just the general kind of summary we get of Kuma from like the beginning of, I guess technically, Loguetown to present. I love that we get that. You see him, he's been a spectator this whole time, and like of course he'd be able to. He can bip and bop out of all these places. He's got his Bible to reference the places he could go. We see different people's reaction. This is what I love what One Piece does, is they take events, they go back, and they like, these people existed in this world, we didn't really have them as fleshed out or introduced then. Now we can talk about what they were doing back then. Like kind of they did with Roger's execution, having like Smoker, Crocodile, Mihawk, and with Luffy's execution in Loguetown with Bato and stuff like that. I love when they do that. It's one of my favorite things. And so they do this now when they talk about Luffy's poster. And one of my favorite panels is Sabo going, "You're going to Loguetown for what?" And then Dragon going, "Oh, no particular reason." Like obviously he's going to go see his son off. I hope that's the intention. We see Smoker first looking at it. We see Jinbei and Ace looking at it. See Kuma looking at it. Stuff like that. It's really nice. I like when they do that. After kind of that whole thing, because we kind of get like Kuma's commentary on the events, and it's interesting as that till now Kuma has been so robotic, barely had like a personality or presence, but he has so much to say, or he thinks so much, and it's so kind of innocent and soft. But you don't really get that when you first meet him, which is good. I hope it's that way. We see how like what Bonnie's motivations were, and obviously her journey as a pirate is to go find Kuma. Then we get to the big stuff. Kuma sending the Straw Hats away at Sabaody Archipelago. We get the kind of more interaction between Saturn and Vegapunk. Vegapunk being like, "Oh, we shouldn't do this. He has a soul. He has a kid," and Saturn being like, "No, fuck him." It's crazy. It's just the one page. The page that there's a page which shows Kuma from a child to where he's now and running through his whole like lifespan. His parents, being at God Valley with Ivankov, meeting Ginny, meeting Dragon, seeing Bonnie, and meeting Vegapunk. Like, oh my god. And like all these people, to be fair, have had kind of horrid lives, but Kuma's there being like, "I want to make these better." He's the reason why Ivankov's safe. He's the reason why, like Ginny came back to him. He raised Bonnie. He cured Bonnie, or Vegapunk, but you know what I mean. Then the panel of Vegapunk pulling the switch, tears down his eyes. I apologize for that. Sometimes things have to get done. Where was I? Vegapunk pulling the switch. It is insane. I like to see that Vegapunk sees that he is accountable for the situation. This is a lot of this stuff is because of him. Like obviously at the hands of the world government, but without his genius and his, desire to do more and working with the government, Kuma wouldn't have had to go through this. And you kind of see the parallels between him and like God or like Jesus. I this is my own at least kind of version of it. The lights, what are they called? Yeah, whatever, man. I give up on that. Anyway, all the light beaming down from above, and all these people doing this and praying, and obviously he carries on a Bible, which isn't really a Bible when he's in a church. So much kind of parallels with like very traditional Christianity even with Vegapunk, you know, he's Judas. He's Judas. But I like it. It's nice. This man is a holy man. And the end panel, oh, break my heart. Bonnie crying after what I assume is her having all the memories, and him wishing her a happy 10th birthday. That almost broke me. Now, let's get into the theories. Here we go. Ready for this? Boop. All right. This is what I've calculated. Let's I'm trying to organize these a bit more because it's a bit all over the place. But let's go with what's next here, okay? Bonnie. What's her deal? What's she going to be doing? She needs to see Kuma at least once. If it's in the distance, or close, she just needs to see him. Either see he's alive, see he's going to die, which is everyone agrees he's going to sacrifice himself or something. That, I think, that absolutely needs to happen. What's after that? This is what I struggle to kind of get a grasp of. A lot of people think she's going to be the next Straw Hat. I've seen theories being like, oh my god, there's 2 sun god fruits because she likes a Nika. I hate that. That sucks. No, there's one, right? That's our pro tag. All right? I don't like that there's like the 2 kind of ideas that like she is it. I think it helps uncover the theory that Vegapunk had, that the power of your devil fruit is as strong as like your imagination towards it. I like that, but she's not Nika. Okay, she's inspired by Nika. Fruit is super different, but nonetheless, what's next for her? My 3 kind of areas I think she'd go is that she'd work with Vegapunk once he's safe. Join the Straw Hats, maybe. I don't know. I think it's a cool pick, but it's a weaker pick compared to some of the other crew members. Like you look at kind of like, oh, I don't know, maybe. So even now I'm questioning myself. I'm trying to think about like what everyone has had set up, okay? If we go past the OG 5 of Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, Sanji, Chopper had a whole kind of little arc, and they needed Chopper. They needed a doctor, okay? Robin she's obviously a very important piece of the crew, but like you didn't really know that until you got to Water 7 and this lobby, where it was like, oh, she has got a history background, all this stuff. Frankie, same thing. We need someone to take care of it. We need a shipwright. Brook, same thing. Or he wants a musician. What does he want out of Bonnie, right? And Jinbei as well. Jinbei has been there since Marineford. Luffy owes his life to Jinbei. Jinbei's whole kind of, character was built around like Ace and Luffy. But Bonnie, would she join? Would she join? I don't know. I really don't know. Because she's like very similar to Luffy. And I could see her fitting in like the Usopp, Chopper, Luffy squad. She's a kid. She's 10 years old, for crying out loud. But I think I would only like if she joined the Straw Hats if she went back to like her kid form. Because man, I do not want to see Sanji thirsting over a goddamn child, right? They did my man wrong in the movie, in Z. I don't want to see this again, alright? I can't see this man going on a watch list. I just can't do it. So if she goes back to like her little kid form, I think that would be cool. Chopper has a friend that's finally his bloody age. I'm unlikely on it, considering how convinced I was that Yamamoto was going to join and that to be absolutely destroyed. Carrot as well. I feel like Carrot had more of a build up, being like she also had like a role as like the lookout. Either way, Revolution Army I think is a decent pick, especially if they intervene soon. Kuma served there for a long time. They owe a lot. They're the reason he's safe from Marijois. It's up in the air. I haven't got a definitive answer, but it's up in the air. Let's talk about Dragon. The mystery. I want to talk about Dragon because this page builds on a lot. This panel builds on a lot from last week, where he talks about how a child is his own weakness. Where I can literally go look at it. This is why I have this. Right? Look at this guy. Bam. Right? Oh, I need to lock some of this stuff in. Right? We talked about him because he talks about how being having a child is like your weak spot, it's your vulnerability. But then we get this. He wants to go to Lowtown to, you assume, save Luffy, in which he does. He alters the weather, stops Smoker. So what's holding him back from being a father? We don't really know. Is it the duty of,
liberating the world from the world government, from Emu, from the Gorosei? Probably. Is it something to do with the marking on his face, his heritage, God Valley? It's up in the air. And it comes back to what's the true goal for the Revolutionary Army? The blanket term is free the world from the tyrannical government. But this is the issue I find, right? The more I read, the more I'm like, there are good people in the Navy. The Kobe Garp fight against the Blackbeard pirates, that just showed me, I'm like, these guys are fighting the fight that needs to be fought against Blackbeard, who is a freaking, he's horrible. He's horrid, mate. So I think true goal is to wipe out Merijois, which they've already done half of. They got rid of all the food, but it's just not as clear. It's not as clear, but they're liberating a lot of places. They're saving a lot of places. Either way, I feel like there is something that they are, an ultimate goal they are working towards. Let's talk about Vegapunk. This man crying. Let me, I'm blocking that a little bit. There we go. Vegapunk. This one is really not as important, but he wants to learn, he wants to create things, but he has a soul. Obviously, he feels a lot of remorse. He cares about Kuma, but he needs to stay alive because he needs to take goddamn accountability for his creations. All of the Seraphim, the Pacifista, that is going to be the biggest threat. And see how hard it's been to take down any of the Seraphim? Like, this man needs to, he needs to help Straw Hats get a power up. I think he's going to buff Frankie. I think he's going to potentially buff Usopp. I think he's definitely going to buff Chopper. My boy Chopper. He needs to get stronger. He needs a new Rumble Ball. He needs to learn how to awaken. Sorry, average Chopper stand. But he has to escape. I'm not going to be happy if he dies. Like, stand down. If he dies or get captured, it's different. But if he dies, nah. I think that's so much thrown out. So much thrown out. And then, of course, I've got a lot for this guy. Dream Dad. The GOAT. So, he's not living. He's not living. Why is my shirt? Oh, maybe it's just my thing. He's not living. No way. He's got to have one final sacrifice. I think everyone's talking about this sacrifice, right? Reddit's talking about it. Bloody the forum for the fan translation's talking about it. He's got like one more sacrifice in him. That's why we see him obviously climbing the red wall. He was heading somewhere in, I think, 1070 something. He was heading up the wall. He was heading forward, hit the wall, started climbing up the wall. And the thought is he was heading somewhere. And at the time, I was like, oh, Elbaf, surely. No. I think he's going to Egghead. And there's a lot of different things that could happen there. Let's talk about them. Luffy's beating heart makes him break the commands that he's been following. Maybe gives him back a bit of his soul. We've already seen it's had an impact on some of the ancient technology that's down below Egghead. Maybe that technology was used in Kuma. I think most likely is Kuma is going to get there and potentially warp Saturn out of there. And the Straw Hats are going to fight their way out of Egghead. Because we've got enough Marines for there to be enough matchups. Like, they've gone out of the way to introduce all these Marines. As well as have, like, things like Stussy, the Kaku, and Lucci are there. There's a lot that has been set up. So it makes sense for there to be some matchups. Hopefully not big matchups. Nowhere near Wano length. Onigashima. But close, in my opinion. Close. That's what I think is the most likely explanation. The other one, and I like this one as equally as much. I don't know how likely it is, but I like this one as much. Kuma warps everyone else out of there. Vegapunk, Stussy, Straw Hats, Bonnie. And nukes Egghead with, like, an Orus's shock from all the pain he's had from the years and years. Great way of destroying a lot of the technology on Egghead. Wiping out a lot of the Marine forces. Hopefully some of the Seraphim. I like it. I think it's a good one. And it's kind of this big, and it's a visual representation of the pain this man's felt. It's a callback to the Zoro moment. I'd like that. Kuma gets his memories back, since we know Vegapunk has them stored. I saw this one, I think I'm talking about it last chapter. The memories potentially go to all the Pacifista, and they all get Kuma's memories and become true pacifists. I like it a lot. I don't think it's practical. Like, I think there's a lot of issues with that and how the government would handle it. Because that's like their forces. If you look at the forces we have, pirates, the Yonko have their armies. okay, then the government have the Gorosei and like technology. Marine fodder don't do much. So I think it would really be a crutch to the world government, but possible. Regardless of those matters, he needs to see Bonnie, right? Pass on his will, talk about, freedom, helping others. She knows everything about him now. She's not going to resent him at all. They need to have just a small interaction. Even if it's a wave, it's a goodbye, it's a I love you. Something like that. That doesn't happen. Mad. He also needs to see Gear 5 Luffy. That one is very important. He needs to see that the kid that he's been betting on and helping is the Liberator. That's the sun god himself. That's a big one. Yeah, and like I wanted to highlight this scene from this perspective is crazy. Crazy. That scene, my mate just got to this scene of the Straw Hats getting wiped away, and he was like, oh, it's brutal, it's horrible. And I'm here now going like, no, it was the sweetest thing anyone has ever done for anybody. That man saved their lives. One Piece would have been done by now. It would be done. Everyone's dead. Dead Piece. Kuma comes in and goes, you're not ready. Sends them to islands that they can train at. They come back stronger. All because he believes that Luffy is him. And we can see, he is. He is. Poor. Next chapter, it says break next week, obviously for like the holidays. Is it gonna come back? Is there gonna be a pause? If not, I'm excited. I'm gonna be in Japan really soon. I hope I can get myself the weekly Shonen Jump copy of this chapter. What a monumental chapter. But let's talk about what we believe is going to be happening for the next chapter. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna do a bit of a loop. Okay, what chapter would be up to? 1103. Let's do this. 1103. Predictions. I can't spell. Obviously, I'm a One Piece fan. All right. I think we will get... I think what's most likely is Kuma. Oh, you get to see my beautiful handwriting. Kuma. Egghead. Hoo-hoo! Look at this. I'm a gamer. That's my Valorant skills right there. Kuma is definitely getting to Egghead. Has to be next chapter. Oh, it doesn't have to be. But, like, this needs to be shown. We've seen the depressing end of Kuma's whole life. It would be amazing at the end of this flashback. Imagine in the anime. You watch this horrible, sad flashbacks, and then you see that poor print land in the dirt, and Kuma there with his Bible, just like... bump, bump. Like, it would be spectacular. And then I think Saturn something has to happen to Saturn. Because he's broken. He needs to he needs to go. No more Saturn. I would love if he's warped out and we get the matchups. Because like the Straw Hats are all there. I know it's supposed to kind of replicate Sabaody, but it would be nicer if like we get the alternative. Because if the next arc is supposed to be the mirror of like your Impel Down / Marineford, I don't want to see the exact same thing. I don't want to see the exact same thing. You remember what happened at Marineford? I don't want to see that. Whether it's with Garp, Sabo, I don't want to see that. I want to see the Straw Hats kicking ass, taking names. But we'll find out. My predictions are very loose, purely because ages ago when I was doing this, Justin, I used to have these thoughts, and like they were outlandish, and maybe they would happen, maybe they wouldn't, and it's so hard to get them chapter by chapter. So I don't want to do too much like specific predictions, more or less predict things that are going to happen to our characters. I think that's a little bit of a easier way around it. So I don't have to be thinking like, oh, the pacing and etc. etc. But I hope you've read this chapter and you've enjoyed it as much as myself. Have a wonderful holidays, everybody. I'm going to be in Japan soon. I'll take some footage and look, maybe I'll even upload it. Justin's going to be there. All right, he's going to come back. I'm very excited. But One Piece is just getting better, and I hope you guys will stand by me and continue reading week by week. But until then, thank you for tuning into the South Blue. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye now. See you later. Bye.